The short physical performance battery is an outcome measure we can use for our older adults in the clinic. This assesses lower extremity strength, and the test starts with a balance component, of which you will have your patient stand in 3 different positions. The first will be you're having your feet side to side. The second will be a semi-tandem, and the third will be in a tandem stance. These will all be recorded for 10 seconds. The second component is 2 time trials of either a 3 or 4 meter walk, and you'll record the fastest of these 2. And then the last part is a timed rise from a sit to stand from a chair 5 times. A score of less than 10 means that there's an increased risk of mobility disability at follow-up, and there's been research that shows that at a year follow-up, if the score is about between 4 and 6, that they have an increased fall risk. Before beginning the outcome measure assessment, the first portion is the balance part. We will have a script given to you on the actual outcome measure sheet itself, and this you will read to your patient. It reads, "Now let's begin the evaluation. I would like you to try to move your body in different movements. I will describe and show each movement to you. Then I'd like you to try to do it. If you cannot do a particular movement or feel that it is unsafe to try to do it, tell me and we'll move on to the next one. Let me emphasize, I do not want you to try to do any exercise that may feel unsafe." Do you have any questions before we begin? I want you to stand with your feet together side by side for about 10 seconds. The next position after the side by side will be a semi-tandem stand. This is the position that you'll be in. You hold that for about 10 seconds. The third and final balance portion is the tandem stance. Let your patient know that they can use their arms, bend their knees, and move their body to maintain their balance, but try not to move their feet. And hold this position until you tell them to stop.
If the patient is able to hold the feet together stance for 10 seconds, they are awarded 1 point. The same is true for the semi-tandem stance. For the tandem stance, the point system is broken down on the outcome measure shown.
The second portion of the test is the gait speed test. Instruct your patient where the walking course is and let them know that you want them to walk to the other end of the course at their usual speed, just as if they're walking down the street to go to the store. Tell them ready, begin, and time them until they get all the way through. Do this for 2 times, getting the fastest trial. And this could be either done with a 3 or 4 meter walk.
Points are awarded for the gait speed section based on how quickly the patient performs the outcome measure.
The final portion of the test is the chair stand test. Before performing the repeated chair stands, have the patient do 1 single chair stand and instruct them to fold their arms across their chest and sit that their feet are on the floor in front of them. Then stand up, keeping your arms folded across the chest. If they are able to do this safely, they can sit back down, and now instruct them that they're going to stand up as quickly as you can 5 times without stopping in between. After standing up each time, sit down and then stand up again and keep your arms folded across your chest. This will be timed with a stopwatch, and you end the time when they stand completely for the 5th time.
The repeated chair stand test is scored based on how quickly the patient is able to complete 5 repetitions of a sit to stand. Points are awarded depending on how quickly they can complete the task. The 3 subsections are then scored together to get a sum for the patient's score to determine their lower extremity function.